Hi everybody. In last lecture we have studied about angles and their measure, and angle are measured in degrees and radian. Okay, so for radian you have studied that if you have considered a circle with radius r, then angle, if we consider it as a theta, so it can be found as length of an arc divided by r, which means theta is equal to L upon r, where L means length of an arc. Okay, and this is of radian. Okay, to find radian. Okay, and we have one more formula about conversion of radian measure to degree measure and degree measure to radian measure is radian measure can be written as pi upon 180 into degree measure. Okay, so from this formula we can convert the degree measure into radian measure and radian measure into degree measure. So for degree measure it will be equal to pi upon 180, it will be reciprocal into radian measure. Okay, so from this formula we can see some examples related to this. In that first example, convert 40 degree 21 minute into radian. Okay, so it is of degree, we have to convert it in radian. So we know that in that we have to know about, we know that 1 degree is equal to 60 minute. Okay, so first we convert this 21 minute in degree. So here it can be written as a 1 degree can be written as 60 minutes. So here we make calculation 1 degree is equal to, can be written as a 60 minute, and we have to find 21 minute in form of degree. So x for 21 minute. So making cross multiplication, it can be written as 21 multiplied by 1 is equal to x into 60. Sorry, here it is example for 20. So here it is 20 minute. So 20 into 1 multiplied by x multiplied by 60. So x can be written as 20 upon 60, which is equal to 1 upon 3 degree. Okay, so we have converted 21 minute is equal to 1 upon 3 degree. Okay, so 40 degree 20 minute can be written as 40 is to 1 upon 3 degree, which means this calculation can be written as 40 is to 1 upon 3, which means 3 into 1 40 plus 1. 3 into 40 is 120 plus 1, which is 121 upon 3 degree. Okay, now we have to convert into radian. So we know the formula for conversion of degree into radian. Radian measure is equal to pi upon 180 into degree measure. So here degree measure is pi upon 180 into 121 upon 3, which will equal to 121 pi divided by 3 into 180 is 540 radian. Okay, if possible you may simplify this, or you may take as a radian angle. Okay, so this is an example of conversion of degree into radian. Now consider next example, second example, in that we see conversion of radian into degree. Convert 6 radian into degree measure. So here 6 radian is equal to So we have a radian measure. So here we have a formula. Radian is equal to, radians is equal to, radian measure is equal to 180 upon pi, 180 upon pi into 6 degree. So here, sorry, we write here formula first. We don't write directly because it may jumble you. So we have a formula to conversion of radian into degree. So degree measure is equal to 180 upon pi into radian measure. Radian measure. So it can be written as 180 upon pi into 6, okay, which is radian measure. So it can be written as 180 into 6, and here take pi is equal to 22 upon 7, okay, pi is equal to 22 upon 7. So here it can be written as 180 into 6 is 1080, and as given pi is equal to 22 upon 7, so which implies 1 upon pi is equal to 7 upon 22, reciprocal. So it can be written as 7 upon 22, okay. So it will gives us as, if we make a calculation, total calculation, it is 2 11s and it is 540. So 540 into 7 will gives us as 3780 divided by 11 into degree. So here we write lastly the notation 3780 upon 11. Now if we divide 3780 by 11, so it will gives us 11 3s are 33, so it will remain 4 here minus 48, so 4s are again 44, so it remains 40, so 3 it will 33, so it remains 7. So here it will be, it can be written as it's 343 as a ratio of, and remainder is 7 upon 11, okay. So this number 3780 can be written as 343 is to 7 upon 11, okay. So here degree is 343 degree and it is of a minute part, so we have to convert it in minute, plus, so it can be converted into minute by multiplying 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes. So here 7 upon 11 multiplied by 60, so 7 upon 11 multiplied by 60, which is minute. Next, it can be written as 7 upon 11 into 60 can be written as, again it is 343 degree, plus 7 upon 11 into 60, which is 7 6 42, 420 divided by 11 minute. Again you may take a same procedure for conversion of minute. You have, if you divide 420 by 11, you may get, it will be 3s are 33, so here it will remain 90, 3 8s are 88, so it remains 2. So it can be written as 420 upon 11 can be written as 343 degree, plus it is 420 upon 11 can be written as 38 is to 2 upon 11, remainder is 2 and divisor is 11. So here it will be 343 degree plus 38 minute and 2 upon 11 second. 2 upon 11 second, so it is in minutes, so we convert in second. So 2 upon 1 minute is equal to 60 second. So 2 upon 11 into 60. So here total calculation will be 343 degree, 38 minute, and 2 into 60 is 120, and 120 divided by 11 will be 10.9 second. Okay, so our conversion of 6 radian will be equal to 6 radian is equal to 340 degree, 38 minute, and 10.9 approximately. So it can be written as 11 second approximately. Okay, which is our required solution. Okay. Now question is, the minute hand of a watch is 1.5 centimeter long. How far does its tip move in 40 minutes? Okay, so we know that in 60 minute a minute hand of a watch complete one revolution. Okay, complete one revolution. Okay, so for 40 minutes we have to find x. So it will be x into 60 is equal to 40 into 1, which gives x is equal to 40 upon 60. So which will give us x is equal to 2 upon 3 of revolution. So after 40 minutes it will complete 2 upon 3 of a revolution. Therefore we know that theta is equal to L upon R. So length here it will complete 2 upon 3 ratio. So L is equal to, which is equal to, consider it as a L. So it is 2 upon 3. And here radius is, here theta is equal to 2 upon 3 into 360 degree. Okay, 360 degree. That means we will get the theta in terms of degree. Okay, which is equal to, it can be written as 360 degree means twice pi. So 2 upon 3 into twice pi, which is equal to 4 pi by 3. Okay, so here we write 360 degree is equal to twice pi. Okay, so here it is written that one revolution is equal to 360 degree. So 2/3 of revolution, it completes 2/3 of revolution. Okay, so 2 upon 3 into 360. Okay, now we know that theta is equal to L upon R, which implies that here theta is given, we have to find the L. So L is equal to R into theta, which is equal to 1.5 into R is 1.5, theta is 4 pi upon 3, which is equal to, and you have to consider value of pi as a 3.14. So here it is 3 ones are, and 1.5 divided, which gives 0.5, and 0.5 into 4 is 4 into 5 is 20, which is 2.0 into 3.14, which is equal to, its calculation will give us 6.28 centimeter length. L is equal to 6.28. Okay, that means here question was, how far does it tip moves in 40 minutes? So you can say that it moves 6.28 centimeter far. Okay, now consider the next example. If the arc of same length in two circles subtend angles 65 degree and 110 degree at the center, find the ratio of radii. Okay, so here we consider first, so in solution, let R1 and R2 be radii of two circles. Okay, given theta 1 is equal to 65 degree, which is equal to, we have to convert it into radian. It will gives us pi upon 180 into 65, which is equal to 13 pi divided by 36 radian. Okay, and theta 2 is equal to 110 degree, which is equal to pi upon 180 into 110, which will gives 11 pi upon 18, which can be written as, in denominator, to make denominator same, it will be 22 pi upon 36 radian. Okay, we have multiplied numerator and denominator by 2. Now let L be the length of each arc. Okay, and it is same. In question it was given that the arc of the same length in two circles. So here arc is same for both of the circles. So L is equal to r1 theta 1 is equal to r2 theta 2. Okay, so we can write here L is same, so here only remain r1 theta 1 into r2 theta 2, which is gives r1 into theta 1 is 13 pi upon 36 is equal to r2 into 22 pi upon 36. So denominator is same on both sides, which, and pi is also get cancelled, so it's remain only 13 r1 is equal to 22 r2. So r1 upon r2 is equal to r1 upon r2 is equal to 22 upon 30. So ratio r1 is to r2 is equal to 22 is to 30. Okay, now consider next example. A wheel makes 360 revolution in 1 minute. Through how many radian does it turn in 1 second? Okay, this is our question. Now here given that in 1 minute it takes 360 revolution. So for, we know 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. Okay, so for 60 seconds it revolves 360 revolution. Okay, so for 1 second we have to find x. Okay, we have to find the revolution. First we find a revolution, and after it that we will convert into radian. So here it can be written as x into 60 is equal to 360 into 1, which gives x is equal to 360 upon 60, which is equal to 6. So in 1 second, therefore in 1 second wheel revolves 6 revolution. Okay, now we have to find in radian. Here question is through how many radian does it turn in 1 second. So we have to convert this revolution in radian. So for, we know that 1 revolution is equal to twice pi or 360 degree, but we need radian, so we can take twice pi. Here there are 6 revolution, so you can write here, we have to find for 1 second we can write 6 revolution, which is equal to 6 into twice pi, which gives 12 pi. Okay, so our answer is in 1 second it will revolve 12 pi radian. Okay, now consider next example. Find the degree measure of angle subtended at the center of a circle of radius 100 centimeter by an arc of length 22 centimeter. By arc of length 22 centimeter. Here take pi is equal to 22 upon 7. Okay, this is question. It is your homework. Okay, now next point is trigonometric functions. Okay, in previous classes we have studied trigonometric ratio for acute angles as the ratio of side of right angle triangles. Now we will extend the definition of trigonometric ratios to any angle in terms of radian measure and study them as a trigonometric functions. Okay, so if you consider a unit circle which means radius is 1, okay, on x y axis. Okay, here I consider a unit circle with radius 1. Okay, now here it is x axis, this is y axis, so it intercept at point. If you consider it as a origin O, this as A, so here it cut x axis at 1, 0. So if we consider it as a B, at B it cut at y axis. Here x is 0, y is 1. On x axis again it will be -1, 0 if you consider it as a C, and at D it is 0, -1. Okay, so in this, if you draw a tangent here to x axis, okay, now consider this distance as a this angle as x, this distance as A, and this distance as a B. Okay, so and this point P as A, B. Okay, that means we have considered point P on a circle A, B with x radian. Angle is x radian. This distance P to A, length of arc PA, length of arc PA is equal to x. Okay, now we define x is equal to, or you know that, you have remember or not, in previous classes you have studied that cos x, formula of cos x is equal to adjacent side upon hypotenuse. Okay, so here it is a right angle triangle, as here it is a theta, so its adjacent angle is A and hypotenuse is 1. So x can be written as, cos x can be written as cos of x is equal to A upon 1, which is equal to A, and sin of x is opposite of this angle is B, so sin x is equal to B upon hypotenuse, which is equal to B upon 1, which will gives us B. So from right angle triangle formula by our Pythagoras theorem, by Pythagoras theorem, you can say that A square plus B square is equal to 1. A square plus B square is equal to 1, which means sin square x plus cos square x is equal to 1. Okay, since one complete revolution subtends an angle an angle. One total revolution means 360 degree, which means twice pi radian. Angle twice pi radian. Okay. At the center of circle. At center of circle. Okay. And here angle AOB. AOB. AOB is equal to, if you see, it is 90 degree, which means pi upon 2. In radian it is pi upon 2. Measure of angle AOC. Now here AOC, it is of 180 degree, which means pi. Radian, we have write in radian. Angle AOD is equal to 3 pi by 2. Here it is up to it is pi and it is 3 pi by 2. Okay, pi by 2 plus twice pi. So here angle AOD is equal to 3 pi by 2. All angles which are integral multiple of pi by 2. Here all angles which are integral multiple of pi by 2 are called quadrantal angle. Okay. So from point A we can write cos of 0 degree. Cos of 0 is equal to, here it is A comma B in the form A comma B. Cos x is equal to A, which means cos 0 is equal to, it will be 1, and sin 0 is equal to 0. Okay. Here it is in the form of A comma B. So first value is A and second value is B. So cos at x is equal to 0. So it will be 1 comma 0, means cos 0 is 1 and sin 0 is 0. Here you have written A comma B, which means first quadrant is cos x and second is sin x. Okay, we have defined here. So at point B you can write here, at point B it is cos pi by 2, it is 90 degree, it is cos pi by 2 is equal to 0 and sin pi by 2 is equal to 1. Next at C, point C, here cos pi angle is 180 degree. Total angle here it is 180 degree. It is minus 1. Cos pi is minus 1 and sin pi is 0. Next at D. At D here it is again cos 3 pi by 2, it is 0. Cos 3 pi by 2 is 0 and sin 3 pi by 2 is equal to minus 1. Again cos 2 pi. Again at point A, which means cos 2 pi, cos 0, or you can write cos 2 pi, it is again 0, sorry, it is 1. Here cos value is 1 and sin is 0. Sin 2 pi is equal to 0. Okay. So here we complete the one revolution for the given cos and sin. Okay. Now if we take one complete revolution from point P, we take complete one revolution, we again come back to same point P. Okay. If we start from P, after completion of one revolution we will come at again point P only. Okay. Thus we also observe that if x increases or decreases by any integral multiple of 2 pi, the value of sine and cosine functions do not change. Okay, the value of sine and cosine functions do not change, since, or you can write thus, it is sine of twice n pi plus x can be written as sin x, and for n belongs to z, and cos of twice n pi plus x is equal to cos x. Okay, so from this, if you consider cos 0, after adding twice pi it is again 1, after 4 pi it is again 1. Okay, which means after completion of one revolution it will give only same value or same value as a previous. Okay, at 0, and after one revolution it is twice pi, so it is 1. After second revolution it will be 4 pi it is again 1. Okay, similarly for remaining also. If you consider cos pi by 2, after completion of first revolution, that means it's pi by 2 plus twice pi, it will again 0. Angle will be pi by 2 plus twice pi, which means 5 pi by 2. Okay, which here it will complete one rotation and its cos value will be 0 and sin value will be 1. Okay, so here it is again n belongs to z. Okay, so further, sin x is equal to 0 for x is equal to 0 plus minus pi plus minus 2 pi plus minus 3 pi and so on, which means x is equal to n pi for n belongs to z. That means for any value of z or for any value of n it will be 0 sin x. So for pi it is 0, means n is equal to 1, for n is equal to 0 it is 0, so sin x will be 0. For n is equal to 1 it is x will be pi, so sin pi is 0. For n is equal to minus 1, sin of minus pi is again 0. So it will have a condition like this. And cos 0 for cos x is equal to cos x is equal to 0 if x is equal to plus minus pi by 2 plus minus 3 pi by 2 and plus minus 5 pi by 2. Okay, and so on. That is x cos x vanishes, which means it will become 0 when x is an odd multiple of pi by 2. Okay, these are all odd multiple of pi by 2. Okay, or it can be written as cos x is equal to 0 if x is equal to twice n plus 1 pi by 2, where n belongs. Also, you know that we can write cos and sin in terms of remaining trigonometric functions in terms of sin and cos. That is cosec x can be written as 1 upon sin x, where x is not equal to n pi. Okay, where n belongs to z. Next, sec x, which is equal to 1 upon cos x, and x not equal to twice n plus 1 pi by 2, because at this value cos x is 0, sin x is 0 at x is equal to n pi. Okay, so for sec x it will be not equal to 0, not equal to twice n plus 1 pi by 2. Next, tan x is equal to sin x upon cos x. So again it is x not equal to twice n plus 1 pi by 2. And cot x is equal to cos x upon sin x, where x not equal to n pi. N belongs to z. Okay, so these are some basic concepts which you have studied in previous class also. Okay, also you have here we have find the formula for sin square x plus cos square x is equal to 1. So when we divide this by cos square x, it will be sin square x upon cos square x, it will be tan square x plus cos square x upon cos square x is 1, and 1 upon cos, 1 upon here cos 1 upon cos x is sec square x. So we get tan square x plus 1 is equal to sec square x. Also, if we divide this by sin square x, it will be sin square x upon sin square x is 1, cos upon sin is cot square x, and 1 upon sec is cosec square x. Okay, these are the formula related to sine square x and cos square x. Okay, so for today we will stop here. Thank you.